Howdy there. I'm doing the video to explain how to add your hotspot into the DV memory so it can be accessed through the DR mode. So you got a hotspot and you want to be able to access it through the DR mode. To do that, and briefly we'll go to DR. I already have one hotspot that I've been tinkering with. I got to go back through and change the frequency and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add one, and I have a second one to do that with. So to do this, make sure you're out of DR mode. If you're in DR mode, you'll have all the trouble in the world. They won't let you add a memory. Go to menu, go to DV memory, repeater list. Mine looks a little goofy. I did some deleting, some rearranging. I'm not quite done with messing with that, but yours might have stuff in 1, 2 in these different groups. I just scrolled down and picked a spot down here. There's my first hotspot, and that's where I'm going to put the second one. So this is how you would add it. You'd want to name this group. So I'm going to go ahead and name this group and go to edit name. I'm going to go ahead and edit the name real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I added a name in there, and I'm going to go ahead and enter. Now it's named. Now I got to put the information from my hotspot in there. Ready? You have a jumbo spot, an open spot, a zoom spot, whatever you're using. This is going to be the same process. So click on that. Of course, there's nothing in this group. I'm going to go ahead and hold down the blank. Hit add. And where it says DV repeater, if you hit that, it's going to have different options. Make sure you keep it in DV repeater. Name. You're going to name it. You can put in the name or subname, can be whatever you want it to be, however you want to set it up. So when you click on it, you enter the name you want and hit enter. I'm going to do that and be right back. If you notice, I entered the name I wanted in there, hit enter, and then come down to subname, and you're going to enter a name there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Now that I entered that name I wanted in there, I hit enter. Now you see I got them both named. You can name them whatever you want to name them, how you want them to be set up. Call sign, your call sign. So you can go ahead and put your call sign in there. And I'm putting A there because my first hotspot is my call sign /B. I'm going to do this one as A. Hit enter. If you go down, it automatically, when you enter your call sign, it's automatically going to put it in here with your G for your gateway. Whatever you named your group is going to be here. You're in group 31. Use from. Make sure you click yes. The frequency of your hotspot, what's in your hotspot. Hit enter. And scroll down again. Duplex has to be on. As far as I know, for all the different hotspots, I'm programming this up for a jumbo spot. That's what I'm using. So for instance, I believe that's the way you do it for all of them. But I know you need to leave the duplex on. It'd be plus, it could be minus, it don't matter. It's the offset that you're going to change, and you're just going to take it to 0. Position. If you want to do position, you can. If you want to put in your latitude and your longitude, you can. Your UTC time, if you want. If you want to do all that, you can. After you're done, you can hit right and put yes. And then there's the information. So I'm going to back out here and show you that the group's named, and there's all the information. So I'm going to go back here, come out. I'm going to go to DR. Now I'm going to be able to scroll over. Oh, there it is. It's in there. So now I'm going to be able to go up here to my to field. And I'm going to go ahead and go to link to reflector 30 Charlie. So So let's go ahead and link to 30 Charlie. And there it is. It's working.
If I ordered food, it would come
Make sure you change to
later instead of just a couple
use
hours.
reflector.
But Instacart fixed that problem by hiring another 250,000 employees.
So if you notice, it's in there. It's working. If you notice, when you scroll back and forth, I'm only getting both my hotspots. So I'm gonna go ahead, and as long as you're not adding anything into the DV memory, changing anything, you can leave it in DR mode. Go back to the DV memory into the list here. If you notice the groups that still have stuff in them, I skipped. And skipping them is just holding it down and turning the skip on or off for that whole group list. The reason why I did that for and left my 2 hotspots unskipped, if I go back to here, I can actually go into scan and scan between both my hotspots. And if you notice, it'll stop on activity.
A lot of restaurants and things may never get their job back.
With that being said, you can also go back into DV memory, and you can also add analog FM repeaters and leave them unskipped, and you can actually scan and be scanning between your hotspot or your hotspots and whatever analog repeaters you added in there. Just for example, if we go back to DV memory repeater list and I scroll all the way back down to where my hotspots are at, and say group 32. You could probably bunch more than one in one group, but depends on however you want to set it up. You go and name this group whatever you want to name it, or if you're naming it just for one particular repeater and that's all you're putting in that group, name it. Go down, add. You would go in here and just change this to FM repeater, and it's going to add a couple more fields in here. You can name it, subname it, the call sign of the repeater, the frequency of the repeater. Of course, you're going to set the duplex on this one and the offset. It's an FM. That's the tone. If you need to turn the tone on, these are added fields because it's not you picked FM repeater, so I added these 2 fields. Put your tone in there and whatever rest of the information if you want to, and then you can add an analog repeater in there, so when you're scanning, it will be in there scanning with them. Go back out of here. So with that being said, kind of give you an idea, it's going to be the same way of adding if you're using the 4100 or the Icom ID 51 Alpha. Of course, the menus might be a little bit different on the 4100 and the 51 Alpha compared to the 5100. But with that being said, it's the same process, maybe a little bit different menu to go through. But if you notice on this radio here, I was messing with it, and I'm actually need to scroll down to the from field. If I flip through, there's my hotspots. Here's an analog repeater, another analog repeater. So if I go ahead and hit the scan button here, it's going to scan through whatever's in my DR, my DV memory, I should say. But if you don't skip the other groups, you're going to be scanning through all of them. So that's why I put the skip on those. I only want to be scanning the ones I want to hear from or want to hear. Pretty neat feature to have for the 4100, but since the 5100 has, you have 2 sides of the radio, you can easily be in DR mode and come over here and scan. So that's just a little video showing how to add into your DV memory so you can access your stuff through DR, and kind of like a little touch on how to do the scan stuff. So from DR. Any questions, comments, leave them, and hopefully this helps someone out on setting up their hotspot and putting it in to the DV memory so it can be accessed through DR. Thanks for watching.